How are you guys today? Hey, this is GloLady. This is GloLady TV. And today is Friday, May the 23rd, 2008. And it is the beginning of Memorial Weekend. And we would like to remember all of those who have died and those who have fought, fighting for our freedoms. Even though our freedoms are rapidly decreasing, hey man, thanks. I really appreciate it. I had talked to you back in November on Veterans Day about the last patrol, and that was a Veterans March that I had done. And every year it's a reunion. We had started out in '97 down in Melbourne, Florida, and it was a 900-mile march from Melbourne to Washington, D.C. And it was an experience that I will never forget because it was a life-changing experience. And when we have those, that's pretty cool. Hey, wow, I see that we've got something on the bottom of our floor, Christopher. Did you notice that? Oh, where's the water running? The water's
just
running
noticed. I'll work on that.
No biggie, no biggie. Anyhow, we have a live call-in number now, which is like way cool. And I'm sure later on we're going to be trying it out and seeing how it goes. And first of all, I want to do a little roll-in. Back in 2006, every April, the veterans have a reunion down in Melbourne. And not to say that there aren't veterans reunions all over the place, but that is one that I had gone to and where I had learned about the last patrol. Oh, we're on this camera. Lola, look at that camera. Look at that camera and say hi. No, not me, the camera. Oh, sorry. You know how Lola is. Sometimes she wants to and sometimes she doesn't. So when she doesn't, what can I say? You know? So anyhow, I had done an interview with Doc Custer. And yes, he is related to the General Custer from way back when. And he was really cool, and we've stayed in touch. And well, like all the people down on the march, it's like, oh, well, I can't say all of them, but you know how it is. I mean, it was when you have a life-changing experience, there's people who stay with you. And he was one. And 2 years ago, at the reunion, and that's when I had said, hey, I want to move to the mountains, and was said, hey, go to Brevard, and that's how I got here. Some really great people had come out of it. So anyhow, you want to do the roll-in now, Christopher, or you want to wait a little bit? Well, anyhow, I guess we're just going to do the roll-in now.
Sure, why not?
And I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes, maybe? Cool. See you later. Bye. All right. Well, you guys have been here for a while. You know how it goes. This is Doc.
Cheers.
I see something on here that's blinking. I can't tell what it is. What's that thing that's blinking? Can you read it?
Is that battery?
Is that what it's saying? Because I
It looks like a battery.
and I didn't bring the battery. All right. Okay, Doc. Here we are.
All right.
We are.
Another year.
Yeah. This is 9
Another
years.
year deeper in debt.
Deeper in whose debt?
I don't know. Not mine. I'm getting out of debt.
There we go. There we go. We met back in
97.
And
Started out here in Melbourne.
And how much has it changed your life?
180.
And
I don't have any problems now.
yeah.
Life's getting good.
Yeah. I feel that way too. It was such a dramatic experience.
It was fun. It was togetherness. Even though a lot of people fought, still worked together.
That's it. That's it.
Still working together.
And it was a learning that service is good for the soul.
Out there on the road, you just turned your soul out inside out there on the road.
That's it. You weren't alone.
You have to survive out there.
You got it. You got it. Yeah.
Do it again tomorrow if I could.
If it would make a difference, do you think it would make a difference?
Probably not.
Understanding people. Hey, Forrest Gump. Whoa.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. The plane, the plane.
Yeah, it reminds me of the story of the angels. The feathers on the road when we were marching.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, turn. As you speak, there goes the feather on your hat.
Speaking of.
Oh, yeah, speaking of. Yeah, was that from the hat or from the march?
No, this is from one of the vendors. A Native American does this.
Yeah.
He does Iraqi freedom and.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful day. We're out here.
Gorgeous day.
This is the campground. We are in the dust-off campground, and this
they have
is
fires
all
all the way up to the street up here.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get more out of that other battery. I'm like really disappointed that the battery's
didn't
dying.
charge.
Well, and I didn't bring the charger. That's the bad part. I know. What a bummer. So.
Hey, doo-doo happens, deal with it and go on.
That's it. So where were we?
If you could do it again tomorrow, would you? Would you? It'd be a hard decision.
That would be a hard decision. That would be a hard decision because
we've journeyed a lot further since then.
Right, right. If I knew it would make a difference, like I thought that it would make the other time, you know, I did it naively. The other time thought that people really gave a damn.
Yeah.
And it was such a shock to find out that the general American public really doesn't.
Give a damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how the corporate America didn't even want to publicize until we were arrested.
That's it.
In South Carolina.
That's what it took.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, Doc Williams, and myself went over the state line to the police. Mm-hmm. And Michael went up and talked to him. Said, hey, we got media over there. You want to arrest us? You know, you're going to have to. And that's what we did.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like it almost caused an accident.
Yeah,
when
Michael getting out in the road there, and
no, but it was on the other side.
On the other side.
On the other side of the highway, the northbound.
Yeah, that semi.
The northbound.
The semi. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's getting tires. Yep.
Yeah, but it was such a shame. And then when I was working up in D.C. at the Wall, when I was handing out literature, it was, you know, not by being prejudiced, but by fact of handing them out. The black population would always take the free handout. The foreigners would at least look at the information that I was given. And the general population, American public, said no thank you. They didn't want to know. So that was really disturbing.
Yeah, a lot of people just they're probably involved in one way or another, but they just put it in the closet, filed that away, and they don't want to open it up.
It didn't affect them. So until it affects you, you know, we don't care. You know, it's that service is good for the soul, but I'm going to feed my soul the hell with everybody else.
Everybody else.
And that's where the you know, that hole gets larger and larger. You know, that outside trying to fill it just doesn't go.
This is good. This is very good.
Yeah. The government cover-ups. It's disturbing.
Yeah, it's like up there when we were walking around the Pentagon. Mac, Wild Bill, myself, we did most of the miles there around the Pentagon. While everybody else went in the lobby.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, we had acknowledgement from people.
Right, but the media kept it quiet. It wasn't publicized as to why we were walking.
No, I don't know. It's all political.
Well, political as to the truth and accountability of our military.
Embarrassment.
You know that. It's definitely an embarrassment, especially the political office that we have today.
Yeah.
Who's in office today?
Well, we can change it in the next election. That's it.
We can change it in the next election, but it has to be done before that. The American public has to be aware of what the government is doing.
And what's it going to take to get them aware?
Right. Well, okay. Well, we're going to have it this year for sure. You know, the continued natural disasters that will occur. The people who count on that government being there, they're going to take the mark of the beast. They are going to have to take that number and stand in line. And Katrina's a preview.
Yep.
And we know exactly what that did.
Yep.
And that being, you know, being a true understanding, you know, in my evolving, and being a mystic intuitive, and predicting the 29th Platte Parish, poison in the water, DC government related. You know, that was a, you know, the government is behind a whole lot of stuff.
Look all the way back to even starting with McCarthy files, you know.
Yeah,
McCarthy back in the 50s, you know, communism and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, started all the way back then, the government power up to this and that.
Well, let's go back to the witches. Why do you think they burnt the witches?
But I didn't want to go that far back.
Well, that's the point. You know, history repeats itself.
And
so what? You got it. You got it. The revelations. You know, the end of time, ancient spiritual text that's playing out before our eyes. And it's like, yeah, you're right. What is it going to take for the American public to
open their eyes?
You got it.
It always takes a tragedy to open their eyes.
But too bad it takes a tragedy to come together. You're right.
But I mean, that's historically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll deal with it after it happens, and pay the consequences, but we'll deal with it. You know. We'll survive.
Right.
Well, that's the other aspect. You have another portion of there of people who are survivors. Right. No matter what the circumstances.
No matter what the circumstances. But there again, am I going to stay here and help others out of the hole that they allowed themselves to be? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Now, if they're good friends of mine, yes, I would.
No, I would take them with me if they choose to go.
Yeah.
But if they choose to stay, then I'm sorry.
That's it.
I
Your
can't.
History.
That's, you know. But
I'm out of here.
Yeah. But there again, that's only in our human existence.
That's just
in our human
survival instincts.
Yeah, on Earth.
Well, some individuals.
Correct.
That are survivors. You know, that go out in the woods right now and they survive.
Yeah, earthbound.
Yeah. So, you know, because
it's adapting to whatever
the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
Adapt and adjust.
That's it.
Hey,
that's it.
We learned it a long time ago, and it was reaffirmed on the trip up to DC. You adapt and adjust, and on that it was 24/7. You adapted and adjusted.
Yeah.
Especially with me, I was with the first team out on the road every morning. I know.
Yeah.
Had to get everybody woken up and coffeeed up and on the road.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I say, the camaraderie on that was just phenomenal. Even though there was a lot of bickering with Michael and other entities, that was just personality clashes.
Oh, but that's a biggie. Understanding that nothing can take a house or
who's the alpha
house
male
down
here?
Faster than from within.
Who's the alpha male here? That's what I summed it up to. You know, the alpha male syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or female, for that matter.
Miss Blondie, but
no, let's not stop there.
Not you.
I know that.
Chris.
I don't take offense.
Chris.
Well, that's why I'm saying why stop at the blonde. there were quite a few personalities before principles, you know, and it should have been the principles.
That's why I stayed out of that shit and stayed on the road.
You know it.
I'd rather suffer on the road than suffer there.
And that's a part of the ego complex of life.
That's the same way around here, you know.
Right.
Some people start
ego.
bitching back and forth. I just turn around, walk away, let them have it, you know.
That's it. I'd rather be happy than right.
That's it.
Whatever.
You're not going to bring me down, Jack.
That's it. That's it.
I'm here to have fun and hell with you anyway.
Yep. Well, you want to choose that? Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's your decision, not mine.
Yep. So what have you been doing with the movies? How much fun has that been?
Oh, when I'm on set, It's fun. I haven't done anything for the last year because I've been going to the VA a lot and going for a lot of CMP exams. That's compensation and pension. And I turned all my paperwork in January. It was due in February for my PTSD. And
wow,
I'm still waiting on that. But I filed actually a year ago, and I didn't do anything for the first time, and I appealed it before it expired, so I'd have an extension to do it.
Right.
So that's what I did, and I got all of my paperwork together for my claim, and submitted it in January. So I'll get paid back, whatever they determine. You know, I know it's going to be 30 plus. So.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone earlier about the doping of men to control a whole generation. You know, I mean,
they got me. I'm on 2 antidepressants because my nightmares sometimes, and my sleeping habits, and my sweats, and waking partners up sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know, what they're doing now, I'm in a 12-week PTSD program, and I missed it yesterday, but I mean Wednesday, but they knew that. I was going to Florida for a reunion.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to where I'm going to get my medicine better than you can give it to me.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and but now, you know, I'm on a pretty regular regimen of my sleeping habits. You know, I have stuff that relax me at night, quitafine, and that knocks me out for 7 hours straight, you know, at least.
So you at least get sleep. You have to be knocked out.
It's the first time, you know, in a long time I've just dead sleep, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do dream, but I don't remember, and the dreams are so smoothed out, you know, just toned down instead of being vivid, you know. That's a big help.
And most of the dreams are of?
And you don't remember, I don't remember, you know, what they were or who they were.
Right.
But I know, because I'll wake up sweating sometimes.
Right. Now,
but I know I did something, but I can't remember what.
Is it what you did and what you're seeing? Are you seeing what is coming or what is in the past?
Oh, what's been past, you know, past. Sometimes there's...
Of the war?
No. During that time period, not even in country, some back here, some over there, some everywhere, you know, wherever, you know, I had been. There have been a lot of good times and bad times.
Yeah.
And scared shitless times.
Scared shitless?
Yep.
When were you ever scared shitless?
The day I was born. I want to go back home. I don't like it out here.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
No.
Where be the und hitters?
Outward Bound Discovery. Now this man works with your children.
Not anymore.
He used to work with your children. And he is such a great guy.
We're good.
Straightening them out. Here we are again with Doc.
You know what you have here? You got Doc Williams, Doc Custer. You know what you have when you put us together?
What's that?
Paradox.
Ben Casey and Dr. Kildare.
That's right.
Got that one right. Got that one right.
Brothers in arms.
Yeah. Gets scary sometimes, you know.
Gets nuts.
Yeah.
And why do you say it gets nuts?
Out here?
Yeah.
Our opportunity to get out here and just
release your inhibitions.
And, well, not only release your inhibitions, well, you know.
You open up out here.
Yeah, and you feel comfortable because you're in an environment which is different than the general environment that we live in, where people don't understand most of the time what we're talking about, what we're about.
Or who we represent. Or what we represented.
But it's a time for us to come back like any high school reunion or any college reunions or anything like that. To us, that's what this is. This is a big reunion, and you get together with old friends that you've known forever, and it's like a charge you get, and it carries you through the year so you can come back here and get recharged again.
Because you spent time with some of these people for a year in the bush or in the air, and the only time you see them is at the reunions, and it's just like it was yesterday, right?
The other thing is, yeah, it is. It's now I forget what I ate for lunch yesterday, but I remember stuff that I did way back in Nam.
Touche.
You know? And the other thing that's really crazy about the whole darn thing is it's very therapeutic for us to sit around. He goes to a group somewhere off in South Carolina. I go to a group in Orlando, and we can get here, and then kind of some of this stuff comes together, where you can understand
some feelings, or understand some not feelings, but reasons why, how, answers to some questions, and
I'm good with that.
Okay,
you end up answering more than you do creating more questions, which is good because you're sharing it with someone else.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's either bad or worse off than you ever thought you could be.
What answers? What answers have you guys? I mean, you say
it's
answers.
Not answers. It's feelings, emotions. That
a finality to?
No, there'll never be a finality to it. Never. No. The answers that you think about, the ones that you work on the most are, why am I here? And why aren't a lot of my friends here?
Right. And that's still the human perception that you continue to believe, and not that we are all energy.
No. You're getting too eclectic.
But when you have physical proof of things such as, how can you not believe?
I'm a Taoist.
And that
I'm
means?
a pure strain Taoist.
Yes.
And that means?
That means I believe in nature, I believe in the heavens, I believe in all this stuff that works together.
Correct.
Okay? In a harmony.
But
there's good, there's bad, and all that stuff.
Right. So out of bad that there's all good, so it's all good.
No, it's not all good.
No.
You couldn't exist in that environment.
Right,
It's
so there has
impossible.
to be bad.
It has to be balanced.
Right.
There must be life, there must be death.
Right.
Just like yin and that yang.
The yin and the yang.
Right.
That's it.
Touche.
It describes it.
Right.
The yin and the yang, good example. There's going to be wars forever.
Right.
There's going to be death forever.
Okay.
There's going to be life
There's
forever.
going to be rebirth.
There's going to be rebirth. You know? You look at the scorched earth around you from the little forest fire out here, come back here in a year.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can't see it. Yeah, you can see it way over there. Yeah, we'll have to walk over them.
And besides that, it was nice talking to you, but I gotta go because sitting in front of a camera kind of freaks
them out.
See you, Dad.
Well, at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. You and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Forget about the POWs.
Well, what did you think about that, you guys? We're going to run some of Michael J. Martin. That's Michael J. Martin. And also Sammy Davis, the Medal of Honor recipient. And if you remember the movie Forrest Gump, that is the real footage of Sammy Davis receiving his medal. And also Doc Custer, the one that I had done with, or the interview with. Doc has been in The Patriot, and I'm not quite sure how many others. I think he said 20-some films. but he does a lot of the Civil War reenactments, a lot of that good stuff. So anyhow, this was up on the stage down in Melbourne, Florida, and if any of you have never been to a veterans reunion, especially the veterans out there, I would highly recommend it because it is a fantastic experience. You have a brotherhood that I could only hope to have with someone else, because it's yeah, thank you. That's all. Thank you. And even that isn't enough. So I really, really appreciate you veterans out there. And
as a veteran myself, I appreciate that.
Oh, well, you know, I wasn't there, but I care. You know, that was, when I grew up in pretty much a happy-go-lucky, you know, there was a world out there and I didn't know it. You know, that was before TV. Well, I mean, not really before TV, but I was outside running around most of the time. So I didn't sit down and watch the nightly news, and I knew that there was a war, but it didn't really affect me, you know, because I lived in this, you know, a bubble, like a lot of other Americans live in the bubble until it's pricked, and then understanding with the prisoner of war missing in action, and that's something else that I would like to understand with McCain, and McCain vetoing the Senate Bill 755, you know, the missing service personnel. You know, I think that anybody who serves our country, that our government should be responsible for their accountability. But there again, we're talking about the government. And there again, you know, you have to be willing to stand up and change things. You know, if nothing changes, nothing changes, and we're just as guilty if we do nothing. So, you know, if there's something, you know, that was something that really struck my heart, because I didn't understand the way that the law was. And that was, if you were declared missing in action for 1 year, anytime after that you could be, you know, declared dead. You know, that's it. Sorry about your luck. And I don't think that was right. You know, you hear Michael J. Martin in the background.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little background music.
Cool. That'll work. That'll work. Also, if you want to put the call-in up, it is 828-505-2806. So if anybody is out there and you would like to call in and discuss Veterans Memorial Day, now's the time to do it. And if you see any poppies out there, people, put some money in a can, because that money in the can goes to help the veterans. And yes, you know, we might have a lot of our freedoms being taken away, but they're still valuable. So, you know, if you don't do anything, then, you know, why complain? You know, that's just how it goes. Anybody want to call in a ringy-ding? Because if nobody wants to call in a ringy-ding, then what do you have to say, Christopher? You want to put in your 2 cents too?
Oh, 2 cents. I don't know. I may have more than 2 cents. It is nice that our country does, you know, spend the weekend remembering what we did. It'd be nicer if we'd remember long enough to say no more war. You know, it's. Yeah, I was thinking.
It would be nice, but how can we?
Yeah.
You know, as long as we have people who are in power, who the greed is, you know, that almighty ego, we're always going to have war. You know, people, until we begin to understand that we need to share, and especially with the resources, you know, it's sad. That's Sammy Davis on the harmonica. Can you turn that up a little bit? I don't know if you can hear that. But that's Sammy Davis, Medal of Honor recipient, playing the harmonica with Michael J. Martin down in Melbourne, Florida at the Veterans Reunion. And I didn't get to go this year. I stayed here and did my TV show. So I missed 2 years in a row. So yeah, I really miss them. He has a lot of really good music.
It definitely sounds good.
Yeah. How'd you guys like that music? Some of it gets pretty exciting, especially when he calls the cadence and everybody joins in. That's like a really exciting thing. So Christopher, tell me about your experiences in being a veteran.
Well, by the grace of God, I was lucky. I was stationed during the Vietnam era. I was stationed on a ship out of Charleston, South Carolina, which made me East Pac instead of West Pac, which kept me from Vietnam. But the military was interesting, to say the least.
And what was the most valuable lesson that you learned when you were in the military?
Don't volunteer.
Really? And why would you say that?
Well, it's just that was the attitude of what the military taught you. You know, first thing you learned in boot camp was you do not volunteer. And from what I'm understanding from a friend of mine, the military seems to have changed, trying to get everyone to volunteer to go to Iraq. So guys, remember, the old rule used to be don't volunteer.
And I don't think that really anything has changed in speaking with the veterans of basically any war. Well, okay, yeah, people are treated differently now. Soldiers are more honored than during the Vietnam era, where there was a lot of unfortunate people who, yeah, it wasn't pretty. I mean, it's horrible to think of fighting for your country and then to come home and then your country spit in your face.
Or worse.
Especially, yeah, you know, especially when they just see their brothers blown apart, and people are so ungrateful for them, you know, being willing to die.
Yeah. And what a lot of people don't know is the Vietnam War was different than any other war, in essence, that because of the people of Vietnam. Because life was cheap to them, they used anything they could find as a weapon, even little children. One of the stories my uncle had told me when he was a lieutenant over in Vietnam, he had some green recruits that were just come over, and one day a group of kids were coming towards the line, and he ordered them to fire above their heads. They refused. He took his .45 and he shot at, he wasn't trying to hit her, but a girl about maybe 11 or 12 years old who was wearing a long type clothing, and he hit the clothing and she blew up into about 50 million pieces.
Wow.
They would use the children to jump into foxholes and pull hand grenades. A friend of mine in Florida had lost 90% of his internal organs as far as his stomach and everything, because a kid in Saigon came into a bar with a shoe shine kit, and before he could warn his friend, he put his foot on it and it blew up and killed his friend and put him in the hospital for quite a long time.
You know, what I'd like to know is if they told the children what would happen when they are you know, doing the kamikaze work. You know, did they tell the children that they were, you know, hey man, you pull this pin and you're gonna blow up and die? You know, did they, you know, it's sad. And there again, the wars, you know, that we have today in the different countries. And I had seen a thing with Madonna last evening. What was it, Nightline, I think. And she has a new movie out, and what was it, in Cannes, where it was being premiered, and it was about the AIDS orphans. I'm not quite sure where she had adopted her son from. I don't remember. I think it starts with an M. But anyhow, we have all of these orphans from AIDS, and you have little kids, and she was saying about her son that there was, what was it, the girl was 8 years old watching over a 6-month-old, and that was one of 3 children that an 8-year-old was taking care of. And you know, you talk about the abuse when you have a child and you have no one to watch over that child. You know, it's sad. It's really, really sad, and most people don't even want to be aware of. And you know, what you got, Christopher?
Unfortunately, I was what they call a latchkey kid. I grew up where when I would come home from school, I had the key to the house, and I'd come in and stay in and do my homework and everything until my parents got home. I hate to say it, but our society today discounts too much of our youth. I mean, if you go back in history, Benjamin Franklin, Jefferson and all that, they were working people at the age of 13, taking responsibilities as adults or young adults. It was funny. It took our society a while to remember that, because for a long time, if you were under 18, you could pretty much commit any crime you wanted because you were a child, and even murder. I mean, if you committed murder, say when you were say 14 years old, when you turned 18, you were released, and that was the end of your sentence. And it's been really recently that our courts have understood that, hey, when you're, if you commit a crime of an adult and you're within the age of a young adult, then you will be tried as a young adult. And I think it's time for the parents out there to realize that their 13-year-olds and their 14-year-olds and their 15-year-olds are young adults, and they should be given the requirements of young adults, and not only the benefits but the responsibilities.
That's very true. I mean, when you're talking about latchkey and you were saying about, I'm like, well, wait a minute, is that what I was too? But the thing is, we didn't have keys. I lived in the country, and I don't know if we ever had a key to the front door. It was just something growing up. We didn't lock our doors. I mean, yeah, we had dogs, and I'd like having dogs because people are kind of afraid of dogs, and they are, that's my guard dog. That's my key. But it's so strange. I mean, I'd come home, and yeah, I would, play homework. Let me see, when did I get in homework? I got in homework, when I had time to. But yeah, I'd come home, but then I would also cook supper for the family too. I took on the responsibility of cooking supper for the family because, yeah, both my parents worked.
Yeah, and one of my friends, he's about 19 years old, I think, right now. He is in the Army National Guard, and he was talking about volunteering for Iraq. But when I think about this young man, I mean, 19 years old, you would think mature enough to make decisions like that. But I look at him and I see a lot of the youth today, that they are, because we keep them as children and they remain as children. Then we throw them into the military and we expect them to become instantly adults.
But there again, do we treat our children as children? Because I know quite a few people, or shall I say, I have seen quite a few people who have asked their child to make a decision that the adult should be making. Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? Instead of, okay, I'm the adult, we're going here. Or I'm the adult, and this is what you're going to eat today. A lot of people, it's like the role reversal.
Yeah.
Kids are the parents. They tell the parents, this is what I want to do. I want this. I want that. And whoa.
Yeah, I saw that too one day at the library when a little 4-year-old was telling the parents where they were going.
There you go.
The balance.
Right.
You treat little children as little children, but as they mature,
Give
most
them
people think as
responsibility.
discipline as only spanking a child, and it's not. Discipline is rewarding a child. As a child matures, you reward that child with more authority, more accountability, more responsibilities. You don't expect a 4-year-old to be able to make his bed perfectly, but you would expect a 7-year-old to do that. And I think we need to get back to the basics in our society.
Well, it looks like we're going to be getting back to the basics in our society, whether we like it, you like it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line, that this tape was 2 years ago, and I'm talking about the earth changes, and I guess that we're starting. Are you starting to understand what I'm telling you now? Do you believe what I'm saying when I tell you now? Yeah, the earth is changing. Whoa, do you see it happen all around us? Interesting.
I don't know. I think the humans are a lot like ostriches. They like to stick their head in the ground and not see it, hoping that their little fantasy kingdoms will continue going. A friend of mine said that we cannot have a depression again because of the fact that there's, so much money out there. And like I told him, that's right. In the Depression, there was a little bit of money, but the money had value. Today, we got a lot of money, but the money has no value.
Oh,
so which is worse. I mean, if I had to panhandle, it would be nice to know that 50 cents would go 50 cents worth, instead of having to get $10 worth to get 50 cents worth.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for the community potluck dinner once a month, the first Sunday of every month. It's like, come on, people, let's get on the roll and get to know your neighbors before you have to know your neighbors. I mean, can you turn on the TV one day without seeing a natural disaster that's going on somewhere? And also, did you notice that it's 80 degrees water in Florida? Whoa! Hurricanes are the air conditioner of the ocean. When do you turn on the air conditioner? Is it before 80 or after 80? Interesting.
Normally, you want to turn on your air conditioner at about 75 if you want to stay at a comfort of 72.
Oh, so there again, it's 80 degrees water. What's it going to be at the end of the summer? And they're talking about being a big storm. Interesting. Hey,
Oh, well, I told the city council as a prophetic to them weeks ago that they can expect a very hot summer.
Amen. Amen. But there again, it's a lot better in Nashville than it is a lot of other places. So, hey, man, God bless the USA. Question, Christopher, how much time do we have on that, that where the next music is? And if I don't know,
We're
if
at
our call-ins
40
were
minutes on
good.
the roll-in.
The numbers for that last song, because I want to make sure that we get that one in.
It was at 5300. So,
I mean, you can play it louder, but anyhow, does our call-in work? How do I know if our call-in is going to work if nobody calls in?
true.
Do I got to get my phone out and call in?
Hey, folks, though we are local in Asheville, the GloLady is on the internet. So if you'd like to say hello to one of your friends in Iraq and Iran, you know, just give a call and then just mail them and say, hey, listen, watch GloLady on the internet.
There you go. There you go. And for that fact, I'm always looking for guests. I am looking for people who live in the solution. That is what I would like for this this season to be. I don't want to just complain about the problem. You know, I'm just adding to the whole pile of complainer, you know. It's
Well,
like,
I think
no,
you
you got to walk your talk.
I think you have offered up a part of the solution, and part of the
Oh, yeah.
solution is by the community coming together, and there's no better place to come together than at the table to eat.
That's it. That's it. And there again, not just to eat, but also to play. You know, bring your instrument and bring your trinkets to trade, bring your kids' toys and trade them so they have new toys so they don't bug you know, for the whole month that they want a toy, You know, we have to learn to economize. Most of our society is dispendable, you know, disposable, you know, whether it's a material possession or whether it's a human. How many humans do we just, you know, throw away? It's really sad. But
Well,
what can you do?
I personally believe that one of the biggest things we can do to help bring change is for people to email not only the congressman, not only the president and so forth, but their city leaders, because it's got to start from the roots up. And the roots of our community is represented by our city council, our county council, our mayor. These are the people that we need to voice out the things to that we see as needs of change. One of the needs of change is to look towards, especially for Asheville, is to look towards metroing the county, to become united as one county together.
That's it. I mean, all we can do is be an example. And, you know, I'm going to keep telling you the same thing. Oh, wait a minute, I got something new to tell you. It's a news brief. I have not one, but 2 Squirrel Box Derby cars in the Derby this weekend. And
cool.
That's in Brevard. It starts tomorrow. There's a parade, a memorial parade at 9 o'clock, and it goes till 6 o'clock. I think it's both days, maybe Sundays 9 to or 10 to 6. Anyhow, come out in the afternoon. I'm going to have 2 cars. Yay! I'll let you know how I do.
What do you get if you win?
I don't know. I'm just sponsoring. I'm sponsoring Nye Performance. Well, not really sponsoring, but he's let me put a sticker on. Yay! I'm rooting for him.
Good for you.
Nye Performance, basically British, out in Brevard, and O.P. Taylor. And O.P. Taylor won last year, so it's like, yay! I'm going to have URTVs and GloLady TV on there, so it's like way cool. Where's that we're getting kind of short on time. You know how time flies when you're having fun.
True, true.
And I'd like to play that because when we were on the march, there was a lot of tension. And it was supposed to have been planned, and it really wasn't. So we never knew where we were going to sleep that night or what we were going to eat. And we got, nicknamed the Lost Patrol after we were arrested. Nobody could get a hold of us. The cell phone was cut off. And whoa, when I was talking about the angel feathers, whenever you see a feather, it means that an angel was nearby, and it was really, really tough. And we were coming into, let me see, where was that? Was that in Virginia? No, it was south of the border. After we had gotten arrested, we were going to start over, so we started out, or was that in North Carolina? I'm sorry, it was in North Carolina, yay! Dunn was really cool, and they had a parade and all that kind of good stuff. But anyhow, it was really hard, and we're walking up the road, and then there's all these feathers all over the road, and it was like, whoa, that was like a turning point. Okay, I'm listening. There's some angels definitely carrying us on this point. Were you going to say that was ready to roll in, Christopher?
It's almost.
All righty. So anyhow, that was like a really fantastic experience. That is when I truly learned that service is good for the soul. To think of someone else besides myself. I wasn't just thinking of myself going on the march. It was like, wait a minute. If the military isn't accountable, that means my kids are next. And I didn't want my children to be left unaccounted for because, oh well, they're expendable. And good or bad, I always say out of bad comes good. And my boys tended to end up where they weren't supposed to. Oh, I'm hearing a good one. Sorry.
Here it comes.
Let's circle, be unbroken, by and by, by and by. There's a better woman waiting, I know, in the sky, no, in the sky. I know I always will remember that sad September day when I saw it, the black and white from here, and I fell on my knees and I prayed, well, will I circle be unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better open way tonight. Come on in. Just somebody touch a hand. In the sky, I saw buildings blazing, saw people falling, saw brave souls dying before my eyes. I saw great towns come tumbling to the ground. I said, why, dear Lord, won't you tell me why? Well, will I serve? Be unbroken, by and by, there's a better woman waiting, I know, in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Play it, Sam. Are y'all feeling like a family right now? That's what we are. We're Americans. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan. What did I see? Coming for to carry me home. There was a band of angels. They were coming after me. Coming for to carry me home. Shake it down. Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry me home. I'm coming home. Coming for to carry me home. Welcome home, brothers and sisters. Coming for to carry me home. Bring them all home this time. Coming for to carry me. Whoa. Carry me. Whoa. God bless y'all. Keep the faith. Thank you.
Of myself at opening ceremony presented to me today. And we thought it would be an excellent idea if I just simply signed it and
Thank
we would
you,
auction
my
it off to help
brothers
pay
and
for the wall.
sisters.
What
I
do y'all
truly,
think?
truly appreciate it. And I will see you
It's signed
next
and
week.
dated. So, opening bid.
Opening bid.
$20. Got a $20 opening bid. Thank you, sir.
I'll tell you, there's a
$25.
or $250.
Y'all gotta get my attention now. Got
Roll 'em
20 for the
out.
wall.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome home.